with another part of my entire makeup collection inventory. This is, let's break it down, my entire makeup collection, part 6. I am bound and determined to try to finish up the rest of my inventory for you guys within the next month or so. It has definitely turned out to be such a long process. It's hard for me between working a full-time job and now trying to do the inventory. It's a lot of work. How is everybody? If you're new here, hi, how are you? Thanks for stopping by and welcome to the family. My name is Rose. I'm a girl boss on a no-buy who loves to save money and project pan. Today's video is part 6 to my entire makeup collection inventory. I decided to break this part down into all of my cheek products, like my bronzers, blush, and highlights. So there are 3 categories in this video for you guys to see. I feel that all of my numbers in all of my categories are very high. Some are, of course, higher than others. As you will see in this video, the numbers for my bronzers, blush, and highlights is pretty high. I've definitely seen higher. I've seen a lot lower too. While on this 2-year no-buy, I'm going to continue trying to work on getting these numbers down, if even just a little bit. I will list in the cards for you guys my playlist and my check-in and just my 2-year no-buy video explaining why I decided to go on a 2-year long no-buy. If you're interested in checking that out, feel free to. Actually, after I film this video, I am going to do a declutter video next. I will hopefully, by doing some decluttering and just working on going through my categories again, I can get these numbers lessened down even more. Let's just go ahead and hop on into the inventory, and thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so hopefully this is a little better. I did away with my ring light from my tripod, and I'm just trying to use natural lighting here. So I'm hoping that this is a little better. As you can see, these are all of my single and duo and cream blushes. Anything that is in a pan of 3 or higher, I will be putting in my face categories. Anything that has duos or singles, and all my cream products for contouring are in this category. I think this is a little bit of a better setup. What do you guys think? I purchased, it's still basically the same setup as my tripod. This little downward facing gadget that's supposed to hold your camera facing downwards. The only thing that's a little bit better about this is I can see you guys now. These are all of my current bronzers and cream contours. The total count for my bronzers of duos and singles and creams is 23. 23 bronzers is a lot, I am aware. I am working on a couple of these currently right now that are in project pans, such as my Flower Beauty Luminous Heat Wave is in my Beauty A to Z. Also, my Physicians Formula Bronze Booster is in my Beauty A to Z. As you can see, there is a very healthy pan on that. That's why I decided to put them both in there. I would like to hopefully finish this up by the end of the year. There's a really nice size pan in that, so I'm hoping that I can finish it up. Also, I have one of my Huda Beauty Tantours in my Beauty A to Z as well. I have the shade Light in the project. Going back to the same rule of my old rule of thumb on why I felt I needed to have 2 of everything. When it started bleeding over into my bronzers, I realized enough is enough, Rose. You don't need 2 of everything. Of course, I have 2 of these as well. It is a really beautiful formula. It is so emollient and it blends beautifully on the skin. I have the light shade and I have the medium shade for the summer, of course. And then my Milk Makeup Matte Bronzing Stick is one of my holy grails. This is one of my absolute favorite cream contours. I am such a sucker for cream contour. I absolutely love it. As you can see, I have 8 of them in total. That is the number in itself, tells you how much I love them. This was in my Roulette Pan collab. Recently, I had the L'Oreal Bronze Please in my project that I created called Project Rotate Your Stash, just to get some use out of it. It was one of the newest bronzers that was brought into my collection before I went on my NoBuy. This one was brought in as the last one that I had purchased before going on my NoBuy. I wanted to get some use out of it, and Project Rotate Your Stash is the perfect project for doing so. And again, I have 2 of the e.l.f. Primer Infused bronzers, one in the shade Perpetually Tan. It's a more warm tone bronzer, which I can definitely get away with in the summer. And then I have the Forever Sunkissed shade as well, which is the lighter of the 2 for the winter. I'm hoping that I can get this category down at least by 2 by the end of the year. If I can finish up the Physicians Formula Bronze Booster, that would be amazing. This Flower Beauty one is really nice. It's a little darker. It's in the shade Sun Swept M Medium 1. And it's really beautiful. The cap had broken off. But if you can kind of see, I had wore that dome down substantially over the summer, so it's pretty flat right now. I'm hoping that I can also finish this one as well. That's why I put them both in the project, so that a way I can hopefully eliminate these 2, bringing my number down to 21. It was higher, but I ended up decluttering my Queensland bronzer from Wet n Wild, and then I also got rid of my collab bronzer in the shade Major, just because I knew I was never going to use them. I have plenty more here. And then I got this little NARS little sample in the shade Laguna, which is an OG favorite of a lot of people's. It's really dark, so I have to be really tan to use that. These are all of my current bronzers. Currently I have 3 in project pans. I had a total of 5 in project pans altogether, with these 2 recently getting rolled out. And I want to mention I had 6 in a project pan. I forgot about this e.l.f. Hydro Touch Bronzer and Blush Duo, which I'm putting these in my bronzer category, even though there is a blush in both of these. They're going to stay in this category. This is currently in my Project 10 uses, so I almost forgot to mention that. I do apologize. Those are all my bronzers. Here are all of my current inventory for my blushes. These are my single blushes and ones that are in like duos, like the e.l.f. ones. If it goes up more than 3, then I have decided to put those in my face palette category, which will be coming up soon in another video. I currently own 21 blushes right here that you see. 21 blushes is ridiculous. I own 3 cream blushes. The Blush Bomb from Flower Beauty, which is a really nice, it's just really faint. You have to definitely apply a couple layers of this if you want to see any type of opacity, because it's really sheer. And then I got these ones from Shop Miss A, which is AOA cream blushes, and this one is in the shade Cozy. And then this one, this bright pink one, is in the shade Passion, and these are only $1. And they are really actually quite beautiful. You just got to kind of warm them up with your finger, and they do apply very nicely. And then I forgot to mention the shade on the Flower Beauty one is in the shade Pinched. I currently have 3 in project pans right now. one of which is my e.l.f. Primer Infused Blush in the shade Always Rosy. This is in my Significant Other project pan. And then I'm currently having my rotation for Project Rotate Your Stash, the Kylie Cosmetics We're Going Shopping. It is absolutely beautiful. I really have been enjoying this blush from Kylie Cosmetics. I think it is just absolutely stunning. It applies beautifully and it blends so great on the skin. So I definitely feel they're worth it. Also in a project is my Flower Beauty Blush Balm. This is in my Beauty A to Z. Any ones that I plan to put in projects in the future are probably going to be the Milani Coral Cove. Between the Milani Coral Cove or the Harmony Wheel, just because this is a bright color and I haven't used it too much. As you can see, it is just really bright coral shade. It does blend out rather nicely on the skin. As you can kind of see, I'm trying to make sure I don't lose you guys and you stay in focus somewhat. Then I also had this Lumi blush in a project before. This was in Roulette Pan collab, and I just set a mild goal on it to use it 20 times. It is a really beautiful blush, very luminous on the skin. I've had the Essence Satin Touch blush in a project before. I think Go for the Goal. Blush takes such a long time to use up. I have used up a blush in the past entirely. I've finished a blush before. It took me some time, but it wasn't like it was way before I ever started project painting or anything like that. But I would ideally like to get this number down to size quite a bit. I would say I would want to bring this number down to at least 10 or 8 because I love my variety, which is why I have such large numbers, is because I do love the variety and having different tones and shades for my winter shade that look better on me in the winter and shades that look better on me in the summer. But I definitely don't need 21. I'm going to see if I can't get rid of some of these in a future declutter video that is going to be coming up very soon. I think I just finally, instead of sitting on the fence about how to do it, I'm just going to sit down and show you guys what I have currently decluttered so far and talk about why I've decluttered these things. And then moving forward, if I decide to do another declutter video, which I definitely plan to, I will go about it and figure out how I want to do that one from there. But definitely going to just sit down and show you guys what I have decluttered so far so I can let it go. I've been holding on to this stuff. It's time to let it go. Future goals, I know I'm not going to get this down to 10 in this year's period of time unless I declutter some. It's very hard for me to let go, so we shall see. It'll be a work in progress, but yes, currently 21 blushes. Here are all of my current highlighters that are in singles or duos. Anything above 3 and up goes in my face palette category. I currently own 20 highlights, which actually isn't too bad. I mean, it's bad enough for me. I've seen from other people's inventories that have way larger numbers than 20 for highlighters, but it's still too much for me. I would like to get this number dropped down significantly as well. I would ideally like to have and get this number cut down in half and maybe possibly bring this down to about 10. I have decluttered 2 so far. It will be in a future declutter video, the one I just mentioned about sitting down and just talking with you guys over the things that I have decluttered, and it was the AOA Perfect Press Highlight in Lavish and my Maybelline Master Chrome and Molten Peach, just because they was far too dark for me. Even in the summer when I do have a nice golden tan, it just was too dark. They were both too dark for me. So I've decluttered 2 so far, and it was at 22, bringing it down to 20. And I plan to try to declutter hopefully in the future and let go of a couple more of these. These are all really beautiful highlights. The ones that I currently have in project pans right now is my Wet n Wild Crystal High highlighter. This is in my Significant Other project pan. My husband picked this out for me, and as you can see, there is a little peeping pan in there. That's what the goal was for it, to hit pan, and I hit that goal, but I'm still working on it. I just decided to keep it in the project anyways. Look at how blindingly beautiful that is. This is a dupe for the Fenty Beauty Diamond Balm highlighter she has. It is just soft, creamy, so good. It is such a shame. The stuff that happened with Wet n Wild and them no longer being cruelty free. I am making a more conscious decision moving forward to try not to buy as much from brands that are not cruelty free, even though I am on a 2-year no buy right now, so I'm not buying anything for quite some time. This is the Makeup Revolution Rose Gold Glow Highlighter. This is the only one that I actually have that is in a duo for this category. As you can see, it is absolutely beautiful. I really enjoy Makeup Revolution's highlight formula. Very blinding, or you can make it really sheer. It's really kind of hard to do right now. That's why the swatches don't look the greatest, because I'm having a hard time seeing and all of that. The e.l.f. 24K Rose Gold Highlight is also in a project pan. This is in my Beauty A to Z project. And actually, just those two are currently the only ones that I have in project pans. I have had the ColourPop Flexitarian in a project. It was in my Roulette Pan collab. Of course, I believe a lot of people are familiar with the Wet n Wild Mega Glow formula, which is absolutely stunning. This is in the shade Blossom Glow. Just a really beautiful formula. As you can kind of see, it is just a blinding glow, and it's got a light pink hue to it. I own 4 of those. These are all of my current highlighters. I have also another ColourPop Super Shock highlight in the shade Smoke and Whistles. 2 of the loose glow ones. This one is in I'm So Lit, and that one is in Hustle and Glow. Summer and Winter. As you can see, this one is significantly darker. I use this one a lot on my body in the summer. A jelly highlight, which is actually really pretty, from e.l.f. in the shade Cloud. This is actually an eyeshadow. It's from Maybelline. The shade is called the Glow Down, and it is actually, I use it as a highlight. I would never use it as an eyeshadow, but it is stunning for a highlighter. In the summer, of course. See how dark it is? It's too dark on me right now, but I use it in the summer. Those are all my current highlighters with the count of 20. And again, I would like to try to bring this down and cut it in half and bring it down to at least 10. This will be a work in progress. I only have 2 in project pans, and it takes a very long time to go through highlighters as well, but we will get there. So, as you guys could see, to me, those are quite a lot of each category. Those numbers are pretty high, I gotta admit. But I am going to try my hardest to try to get each category lesson down. We will be back again with part 7 moving forward. I'm trying to figure out what products I should put in my next inventory video for you guys, whether it be like all my lip liners and mascaras and eyeliners, liquid liners, stuff like that. I'm going to try to cram as many more categories in my next video that I can, so that we can finally finish this series up. I am so sorry, you guys, that it has been and taken me as long as it has to get these videos filmed. It can be very challenging. You know, we all have our day-to-day lives, and we all work regular jobs, and then trying to do the YouTube thing on top of it has been very pleasurable, though. I'm very fortunate, and I'm very fortunate to have each and every one of you. We will be back again with part 7 to come, hopefully sooner rather than later. Until my next video, you guys, thank you so much for stopping by. And of course, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until my next video, everybody enjoy the rest of their day. Bye.